for hurting my sister and not being the man that she deserves. So I just don't know if I need to work on my relationship with him or if I want to, but I'm willing to do it if that's what my sister wants.
Let's talk about this one. Because to be honest with you, I got a bone to pick. I do not believe that anyone, and I mean anyone, should put anyone in a situation that goes against their beliefs, that goes against everything that they believe their sibling or best friend or family member is worth. The fact that Kalani wants her sister to make some type of relationship with her husband, to have some type of cordial respect is absurd. You know, I've been in this position myself in particular before, you know, and I didn't like it. I hated it. Why would I want to be around someone that I know is not treating my partner well? Why would I want to be in that situation? Make that make sense. Why would I want to be around anybody that isn't treating my sibling well, that isn't treating my friends well? Why? Kalani's sister, Kalani, has had to endure years of listening to Kalani, having to pick up Kalani crying all the time. Why? Because of Asuelu. Because of him being unloyal. So why in the rascal should the sister now be in a position where she also needs to have therapy, or should be involved in their therapy, so therefore she can also make amends with him, or at least find a way to like the guy, or to at least be cordial with the guy? I promise you now, if I was in her situation, which I have been before, for as long as I live, I've always said I would never ever put myself in that position ever again. Because why? Because it was no good for my own mental health. It was no good for my own self boundaries. So to be honest, you've got to be kidding me. How dare she?
I heard that Asuelu had cheated on my sister. Just watching how much it hurt her was horrible for me. Being in a relationship is hard, but having that person that is supposed to love you and like be there for you and not hurt you.
What's going on, people? We are back again with another MovingMAD video. Yeah, I was supposed to do that at the very beginning, but I completely forgot because I was too busy in my feelings projecting myself, which is something that I'm going to continue to do in this part as well. Somebody level with me here. Somebody let me know here, okay? And this is my beef. This is my issue here, okay? Why is it that Kalani felt that it was okay for her to drag her sister down with her throughout her pain? Now, for me, you see, I'm someone that has a very low tolerance. So if you come to me with something, I will be there for you. But if you come back the second time with the same issue, even though we spoke about it, I will still be there for you. But if you come back to me the third, maybe the fourth time, I'm going to be like, you know what? It is now time to give you tough love. I've been here for you. I've had to sit here, pick you up each and every time you've cried. I've had to sit here and watch you go back to that piece of crap. And I've never left your side, but the problem that I have now with you is that you are refusing to do anything about it. You're refusing to walk away. I don't care how many times you've confronted him. I don't care how many times you've made things hard for him or whatever. Either way, you've stuck around with him. And every time you stuck around with him and you've given him another chance, what has happened? He has continued to break you. And each time he has broke your heart, you have then returned here in front of me, sulking, crying. Do I look like a doormat to you? I may love you as whoever you are in my life, but now I'm going to tell you this now. You need to walk away from him. And if you can't do that, that is fine. But I can no longer be here anymore. As that, you know, nah, I can't be that shoulder anymore. That's the reality of it. Because you are draining me. And it's not fair. Tough love. Simple as that. Whether or not people agree with that or not, that is up to you. But all I know is this: I have my own mental health to worry about. I have myself. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't keep allowing someone to come in and drag me down. Especially if I know that I'm making choices in my life that are good. Choices that are allowing me to grow. But instead, you can come in and drag in all of your baggage with you towards me while I'm here, and then bring me down here. And then I have to keep trying to not only put myself in the position where I'm going for, but now I've got to try and lift you up so you can be back where you should be, where you belong, and where you could be if you made the right choices. And especially in Kalani's situation here, her sister knows the reason why she ended up marrying him and staying in him is because she got pregnant. And because of that, she felt like, you know, maybe things would get better guess what, sis? You made the choice to do it, and guess what? It has not worked out. It is now time you leave. It's just that simple. But that's just how I am. And I'm like that for a reason. And it works for me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you continue.
Him to get along with my dad and with my family members, so I just kept it hidden, basically to protect him.
I feel really sick to talk about what I did. I just feel like a ass.
Fair enough to her reasons, but I'm sorry, but who gives a damn about what you've got to say, Asuelu? Isn't it interesting, isn't it? I really hate it in life sometimes when people have done the dirty deed, but then they find a way to play victim. They find a way to get people to feel sorry for them. How can I feel sorry for somebody who's been the one doing the damage? I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense. You know what it is? This is proof to say that he does not love her. If he generally loved her, to be honest, in my opinion, he wouldn't be trying to play victim. He'd be trying his best to continuously trying to what's the word I'm looking for here, to reassure her every single step of the way. I mean, don't get me wrong, once you've cheated like too many times, there's no reassurance you can really give someone to make them feel comfortable. But what I'm trying to say is, you don't ever therefore make it about you. Because if you make it about you, it means one or two things. Either one, you don't love that person, and that's why you want to play victim and become over this person. Yeah, you should feel sorry for me too. Or number two, you're just a flat out narcissist. Or number three, you're just a man-child. But add that in there because, you know, that's what it is, a man-child. And he also does not love Kalani, if you ask me. Doesn't make sense. Tell me, where is the love? Where is the love?
Within like a year ago, then he started online cheating. He didn't physically cheat on me, but he'd reach out to different girls online. Then he would buy their naked pictures online 12 times.
Whew, boy, their relationship is hard to stomach. You know, it's one thing to cheat, but it's another whole ball game to cheat in a certain way. I mean, let me just explain it this way, okay? It is one thing if you go out somewhere, you get drunk, and then you cheat because you're an idiot, all right? Cheating is cheating regardless. But then there's a difference with when you purposely go somewhere to cheat. And then there's a difference when you purposely go online and you make a profile. Do you know how long it takes to make a profile? I mean, listen, depending on where you're making the profile, it's not one of those situations where it just happens quickly. You have to upload a picture, you gotta do your name, you gotta do your date of birth, you gotta do so many things. This is why I don't do online dating anymore, because to be honest with you, once you do all the filling out and all them kind of things, and then you finally find someone to match with, 9% of the time the person that you match with is a freaking catfish, and if they're not a catfish, they're just a flat out psychopath. You know what I mean? But either way, the fact that this guy was never ever in a position where he was satisfied with the wife he had, with the woman he had at home, is bizarre to me. And it's crazy though, because this is something that I've just realized that I didn't, that I'm happy that I realized I can call it out right now. Kalani says that I got pregnant, and then after I got pregnant, he was then coming to America because we already got married, the visa was in check, so da-da-da-da-da. You know, the funny thing is though, out of this whole situation, Kalani says that this guy was cheating on her before he moved to Samoa. She thought coming to America would help things. Okay, comes to America, and then she said, well, after a year or so, whatever, boom, bam, he's back at it again. And it's crazy because you see, why in the hell did she end up having another child with him? Because they got more than one child, haven't they? So why would you then go off and have another child with somebody that you know has not been loyal to you? Or that you know is currently not being loyal to you? So Kalani can sit here, to be honest with you, and talk about how, well, you know, I just dated him because I thought he was going to change, went to America, right? And I didn't tell no one because I wanted everybody to like him, right? Apart from my sister, because I wanted to drag her down. But hold on a minute. I decided to have another freaking child with him regardless. Who in their right mind has another child with somebody who is not being loyal to them? In fact, who in their right mind would actually would want to continue sleeping with somebody who they know isn't being loyal to them? Because if you know that he's been sleeping around and he's also online doing a madness, then then doesn't that mean you're risking putting yourself in a position where he may give you something that he may have caught elsewhere? And recently we know he has caught something as well. It's so annoying because in this situation, this is not a situation where Kalani can even look like a saint necessarily because she has done her own poor choices in the scenario. But it doesn't change the fact that Asuelu is the problem. Boy, I hate this boy. Yeah, he's a boy. He's not a man.
And the only person that knew the entire truth during that time was
my sister.
Wow, that's a lot for you to carry.
Honestly, shout out to her sister for being there for her, because in reality, like I said before, if it was me, I wouldn't have been there. If it was me, I would have been out. I would have been done and dusted. That's just the bottom line. Because, you know, I cannot sit around and allow someone to bring me down just because they are struggling or refusing to leave somebody that they know is no good for them. Somebody that they even decide to have another child with, knowing that this person is no good for them and this person is sleeping around. Like, why? So because you're going through a bad time, you want to bring me down with you? Like I said before, you can tell me the first time, second time, but after the third or fourth time, I don't want to know anymore unless you're going to make some type of freaking action.
And I feel embarrassed about myself, that I make a lot of mistakes of myself. I didn't know that. It's really bad.
Everything I was telling him, if you keep doing that, like, I'm telling you, we're going to end up divorced. And he'd be like, yeah, because I never left. So he really, truly believed I would never leave.
And now it's different because now he knows how much it hurts, which is almost offensive. But that's what it took.
It took for Kalani to hurt him back, for him to realize the damage that he was doing and how much he was hurting her multiple times. And I think that could have been 10 or 12 times. I don't know. Maybe it was 9. I don't know. Rewind and count how many times I said that, right? But either way, though, the way this guy sat there and cried, and you know what? Do you know what I heard? All I heard was I am embarrassed of myself. I. Is this somebody that you believe loves Kalani? I mean, if Kalani was ever coming across this video, is this somebody that you believe loves you? Because every time he's come to a cut scene, he's always said, I didn't realize how much I was hurting her, how much I have been embarrassing, how much I have done this. It has never necessarily been a case of, I didn't realize that I was hurting you. That doesn't make sense. No, I kind of contradict myself there. Oh, damn. You get my point, all right? Don't question what I'm trying to say here, okay? You get what I'm trying to say, all right? Okay, yeah. Let's just finish up the video. God damn.
Because I realized that this lady right here near me, she means the world for me, and I didn't realize I love her more than anything.
Blah-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da. If you really and truly did love Kalani, then do you know what you would do? You would leave her. The fact that you stay in a relationship with her to continuously keep breaking her heart and breaking her down and adding more damage towards her tells me that you don't love her. You just see her as a comfort zone. You see her as someone to come back home to. And the fact that you sat there and you said, this lady here, I've never heard anyone refer to their wife as this lady here. I've never heard anyone even refer to their girlfriend as this lady here. I haven't even seen anyone refer to like a side chick or anything as this lady right here. Is this guy okay? For me personally, I find that as a sign of disrespect. As far as I'm concerned, if you truly do love your wife, not this lady, your wife, the mother of your children, okay, then you would leave her because you know you got issues. And to be fair, even if you're gonna fix the issues, Kalani, your wife, the mother of your children, doesn't need to be a part of that journey, because to be honest with you, she owes you nothing, absolutely nothing. So if he loves her, he should leave her and then do better for himself, and then he can go find somebody else. Even if he does better himself, it doesn't mean he should come back to her, because the damage that he has done, that is going to live in her life for as long as she lives, and as long as she sticks around with him, it will never ever go away, and that pain will always be there. She needs to find somebody else who she can love and not have to worry about the pain that Asuelu put on her. Tell me otherwise. Point blank, period. With that being said, thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.